Hey peeps, how are ya? We are going to make a super cute card today. It's easy, it's coloring. I find coloring relaxing when I'm using markers. So stay tuned because that's what we're going to do. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by and consider subscribing down below so you never miss an episode. If you are coming back to my channel, thank you so much for coming back. I haven't made a card and put it on my channel for quite some time, so I thought, oh, we need to do a card. So today we're going to use two of my favorites. I love my favorite things, stamps. They're great. And this one is called Delicious Birthday. And Penny Black has some super cute stamps too, and a lot of her stamps are great for coloring. And this one is called Happy Days. So I'm going to use these two stamp sets to make this super cute little card. So I've already cut this. I should have folded it. So this is just a half of an 8.5 by 11, our standard card size that we use. And I have this. I did decide, I love this chomper. You can have a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch rounder. Typically I do the large one, but this time I'm going to do the small one. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that done before I even start with stamping. May as well do this piece as well. And this is out of, where did I just put it? Well, I just had it in my hand. Ah, no. It has disappeared. Well, crud. Okay, so I had to restart because my daughter was clomping around upstairs in her high heels. So anyway, what I started doing was using the 1/4 inch quarter rounder for these pieces. What I like to do is cut all my pieces, get everything laid out before I start stamping or doing anything like this. This is called Corner Chomper, and it's by We Are Memory Keepers, and I love it. It's awesome. Okay, so put that back. I love this ribbon I'm going to use. It's not pink, it's kind of like a salmony pink, and this is just a bolt of ribbon. I got it like Michael's or Joann's, nothing fancy. So I'm going to go ahead and even cut that. Now notice that I do not cut like a big piece that I'm going to wrap around and tie, because I do a shortcut for that. Now, since I had to start over, I love that. Squirrel, I get sidetracked. The colors in here are so beautiful. This is called Bundle of Joy by Echo Park. And I don't have any babies. All my kids are grown up. Well, I have grandkids now, but I still buy these papers because that doesn't say baby. I can use that in a lot of ways. You know, one side may have baby stuff, but the other side, look at that beautiful plaid. Yeah, this is a very versatile set. Love, love, love it. Give a little plug for that. All right, let me get some paper. Now I use a stamp, like a cushion. They have all kinds of them. This one I think I got from Stamps of Life. It's Sizzix, but I'm pretty sure I got it from the Stamps of Life. Let's find some paper. Alright, I just grabbed some scrap white paper. You want to make sure and use an ink when you stamp and you're going to color that isn't going to run. I'm not a fan of Stays-On. I have it. It's kind of sticky. I don't really like it. I love this VersaFine Onyx Black. Get this. So let me stamp this up really good. Oh, I got a big old smudge down there. Hope it doesn't get on my paper. I'll have to show you what this is later. All right, let's see here. The nice thing with this foam padding beneath, you can use, I mean, you could even use a mouse pad. But this is obviously a little thicker than that. But sometimes you're going to get a better impression if you've got a little bit of cushion under it. This looks hideous, doesn't it? But I'm telling you, none of this ink comes off on your hands. This thing is fabulous. It's from Lawn Fawn. I think I have one left in the store. You can message me if you want me to order more and get them for you in my Etsy shop. But you get it all wet. I don't know, for you who stamp a lot, you get the stamp and scrub cleaner and you go through all that rigmarole. This is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. And this I've probably been using for a year. Still totally works, even though it looks awful, and none of that ink comes off on anything. So this is really great. Love it for doing a quick cleanup on my stamps. All right, I'm going to color really quick. I pulled out some of my distress markers that I thought looked kind of pastel-y color. But also why I have extra papers here so I can check my colors, because like I want her cake to be chocolate, but I've got all these flavors of brown. So, and her hair, yuck, that isn't it. So once I get started, I will fast forward through, that looks kind of caramely. I will fast forward through coloring and then come back when we put it all together. And again, the VersaFine, because I'm going over those black lines. If you don't use a good ink and you go over the black lines with a marker, they're going to bleed and it's going to get black and it will not look good. And I'm not the best colorer in the world. This is tea dye, the color that I'm using for her hair. But I know you don't want to sit and watch me color this, so I'm going to shut up now so I can fast forward when I edit it and be all done coloring. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, she's done. Done for now anyway. Now I've got to cut her up, get all my scratch paper off. And I do that quite often when I'm going to, I'm not sure what size I'm going to do, or, you know, I'll just cut a larger piece. Then I can just cut down my image when I am finished, and I have a place to scratch and see what the colors are, because they never match what their lid looks like. It's like, it doesn't matter. You can't tell. And I am picky when it comes to cutting. Now, some people are like, oh, I measure it and it's got to be such and such a size. I don't do that. I know I want it layered, so I'm going to just take this big piece of paper. This is my measuring. It's like, okay, that looks pretty good. Throw it away. Doesn't, it need to be a little less. Just a smidge, and it doesn't look straight. Do you guys have problems with your cutter? I swear my cutters don't cut straight. People say it's me, but I mean, how can you go wrong when you're just using your cutter? But my stuff is crooked all the time. So I don't know what my problem is, but, and I probably have every cutter on the market, trying to find one that did just right and cut it straight every time, and inevitably, it was not a clean cut. Inevitably, they're still crooked. I think I'm going to take a smidge off the top of this. I love the wire on these Fiskars ones. You know, they have that wire where you can see right where it's going to cut. I got the We Are Memory Keepers big cutter. It's a cutter and a score pad at the same time. It's super cool, but it doesn't have a wire to show where you're cutting, and it's actually kind of weird, so I hardly ever use it now. But all right, let me round the corners again for these. And you can, I think you can still find these at like Joann's, Michael's if you don't have one. Use their coupon. I can't remember if they're $19.99 or $29.99, but you can use 40% off coupon. All right, let me get these. Oh, this is just an accident waiting to happen. I am the messiest crafter ever. All right, my tape runner. Let's kind of slop this together. Ah, it's crooked. Oh well, we're still gonna go. I wonder if I could pull it apart and not. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, I can. Awesome. Tells me that tape's not that good. All right, so it needs to be over a little more. A little better, not much. All right. So now for this, originally I thought maybe I would tie a knot, and I still do it the same way even when I'm going to tie a knot. But then I decided it was too busy, so I did not do that. So I just kind of eyeball it. I don't necessarily want it in the middle. I just want it. So I tape the edges on the back. Tape the ribbon back anyway, I mean. Because I used to wrap it all the way around, which obviously wastes a ton of ribbon. But besides that, it makes your paper bulge and act weird. So I started doing this a long time ago. Oh, my tape is too long. All right, so tape that down. And let me make sure how this goes. It fits. You know what? I think since this has this ribbon, it might pop up. So I'm going to use this instead of my tape runner. This, I love this. So it's Elizabeth Craft design, and it is super strong, just like the red line tape a lot of crafters are familiar with. Like if you're making a 3D box or you're making something that you need to stay together and you use that red line tape. But what I hate is how hard it is to get the backing off and that you have to cut it every time. This, I'm telling you, is just as strong, and yet I can rip it. So I don't have to get my scissors and all of that. I can just rip it. And for me, that's huge, especially since you've seen how much I just sling stuff around and I'm sloppy. You could just guesstimate the size. Yeah, I love this stuff. I think I got this. I bought a couple of rolls at the expo I was at last year in Novi, Michigan. That is amazing. Love that. It's the big mega meat. But I know you can get it on our site. When I had, when my actual online store was working, not my Etsy store, I just switched to that. I carried this. I have it in a real wide, oh, I should do a video. Do you realize I'm just constantly squirrel changing topics? I have some really wide tape of this that I did some really cool stuff with. I should do a video on that. Okay, but that's not what we're about. So I get all my tape down the way I want. I just take my poker. I'm sure it has an official name, but I call it my poker. And just get it under those edges, and look how easy that comes off. This tape is amazing. Like I say, it is just as strong as the red line tape that many of you are probably used to using. But the fact that I can just rip it is huge for me. There we go. I love these colors. I don't know if they're showing up, but this mint green, and this is not really a pink, it's like a salmon. I just love it. Okay, we're gonna put our little girl down, and for her, I'm gonna pop her up. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do first? Almost forgot. Well, I guess I still could have. Wink of Stella. Love, 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 love this. Shake it up. So Wink of Stella, this one is clear. And they have them in colors, and I probably own most of the colors, and I don't like them near as much as I like this clear. And what this does is you can put it over anything. I could go around dabbing it, and all of those little flowers would be sparkly. It just gives, turns it glittery. So I'm going to do half of this bow, and then I'll hold it up and see if the camera can, hopefully it's picking it up. This side is glittery, sparkly, dull, dries really fast. So I'm going to make her bow glittery, and the one on her dress. Yeah, I love this stuff. So for me, didn't really care for the colors. I did use some black at Halloween. Oh, our frosting needs to be glittery. And obviously our candle flames. But really, you only need clear, because whatever color ink is underneath it, you can just put the clear on top and that color still shows through. So I love that. So if you could see it in person, you would see a lot of glitter, shimmery, super cute. Wink of Stella. All right, I'm going to want to pop this up, so I'm going to use this tape that I got in a roll instead of using those pop dots and squares and stuff we usually use. This is just easier. I don't measure, I just guesstimate, and I always over tape. But you know, my stuff is not going to come off. I use like a ton of adhesive. And I have an adhesive out here that I thought I might be using, and I'm not going to, but I'm still going to tell you about it in a minute because it's like miracle adhesive. Love it. Okay, let me put the little girl on. And now I need to stamp the sentiment. Is this wide enough? Yes. So I already had it out here. This is again from the My Favorite Things Delicious Birthday Set. And this says, have a sweet day. Get my ink out. Sorry if my head's in the... I always hold it for just a minute on words. And again, love it. That is all you have to do to clean your stamps. It's amazing. I keep a little squirt bottle if it starts to dry at all, and I just squirt it. It just needs to be lightly damp. It doesn't have to be anything big. And I want to cut a little banner tail. That's crooked. In case you can't tell, I pretty much eyeball everything. Okay. To get a tail, a little banner tail, you just cut up the middle and then go from the sides, from that angle. And there you have it. Let's see. I think I want to cut just a smidge of this off. Tuck it under there. All right. Let's see. I have some pop dots back here somewhere. Oh, this will do. I actually need another one. Oh well, that'll have to do for now because that one doesn't match. It's a different height. Okay, pull the backs off. I just love to pop things up with glue. I don't even know what the official name is of them. I just call them pop dots. There, have a sweet day. How cute. I'll do the well, I guess I can still do the inside. Make you guys sit through that for a second, and then I'm going to show you some super cute Queen & Company little petite posies I'm going to put on. So I think on the inside, I'm going to put, rest that on the wrist. Oh man, I didn't, oh look. If I had my little, oh, I have a thing that'll fix that, so I'll have to fix that. I got my finger in ink. So this says everything's better is the first side. Off, and it says with frosting on top. I thought that went well with the cake. Oh, I may have moved it. Oh, it worked okay. Look at that. All right, so I do have a little scraper thingy. I can fix that smudge, but we'll do that later. Now, to finish it off, I am going to put some of these cute little, they're called petite posies, and they're by Queen & Company. I love them. I have them in every color that they have. They are great. Where's my poker? And they fit perfect on the inside of these little flowers, so I'm randomly going to stick some of these for dimension and sparkle on there. I just use my poker. Some people use tweezers, but I like to make sure and get under that glue, so I use my little paper piercer poker guy. Let's see. Look at that, how it fits perfect in the middle. Isn't that cute? Love it. Put a couple down here and call it a day. Go there. And one more. Let's go there. There. There it is, all done. Isn't she cute? Super easy card. Fun. Great way to use up some of your scrap paper too, or if you have a paper pads that maybe you've got some that you're not using in there. I like to sometimes cut down a bunch of them to this size and then have them ready to go when I want to make something, and then you don't have to look 'cause you have a whole bunch cut up, which is awesome. That was random. This is the glue. So let's say that these little posies didn't stick very well or they were popping off. This art glitter adhesive, it's called Designer Dries Clear Adhesive, permanent, water-based, non-toxic, is amazing. I've also bought every glue on the market that says it dries clear, it holds, it doesn't get stuck or plugged up, and they all mess up. This one, it has yet to clog. I just keep the pin in, dries super fast, and it's really strong. So I would get this, artglitter.com. Amazing, amazing adhesive. Okay, I've rambled on about several things that have nothing to do with this card. You never know. But thanks for stopping. Make sure to subscribe below. We'll be having some more cards. I have a cute scrapbook page in the works, along with some of our planner videos as well. So thanks so much for stopping. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. All right. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Subscribe below to never miss an episode. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, have a super blessed day. All right, see ya.